Wait for a few people, I guess, to get in here. You already know how it is. What was I supposed to do for class? Just give me a second. Guys, one moment, please. Una monumente. Be good to go. Here we go. It's the 9th. 3rd. Okay, cool. So obviously you can see in the title, live stream is going to be more or less about the competitive mindset, switching in from a casual mindset to more of a competitive mindset. And the reason for this is because I had a subscriber who hit me up on Facebook a while ago. And he asked me, how do I switch from a casual mindset to a competitive mindset? And so I thought, maybe this would be good to do a discussion about. Why is it saying my connection is bad? You have a good connection. Give me a moment. I'll put on some music real quick. So, I am to edits. Oh, snap. Give me una momente. Just making sure everything was all good. I'll get started really talking about so you can skip to the 5-minute mark or 6-minute mark, whichever one it is. Trying to see. So I got that up. Not that. I can rock with that. Yeah. So I'm just working on the settings real quick. I'm looking at life. Alright. Losing my control. Yeah. Alright. About 15 seconds. Alright, so getting back into it, what we're talking about today is I think I said at the beginning of the video, I was trying to fix some certain things, but just gonna be talking about what was it? Oh, sorry. Competitive mindset, switching from casual to competitive, things of that nature. Hopefully we get some more people in. I know this was a random stream. I should make a schedule, so to speak. But we'll see. So I was asked about that because at the person's local, he had a problem with his friend. I'm not going to get too much into detail, but basically, it was one of those situations where he wants to play a deck that he wants to play, and his friend's like, "Why are you playing this deck? Why aren't you playing this deck?" Blah blah blah. So, I get it. Some people who do label themselves as competitive players are have this thing where, well, I'm not going to play this. What's up, Ultimatum 16? How you doing, bro? Like I said, yeah. So competitive players, like me, it's like, why would I go to a tournament and play Maelstrom? Why the hell would I do that? Why would I go to a tournament and play Nebula Lord? Things like that. Why the hell would I do that? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend my money on that and do that. But there's a lot of context that goes into switching your mindset from being casual to competitive. There's definitely a lot of context that goes in it. Per his situation, he was playing Maelstrom at a locals. His friend, he was being ridiculed in a way by his friend because he wasn't playing Thavis. What's up, Emerald? What's up? How you doing, bro? He was playing Thavis. So what ended up happening was, I guess he kind of went through the whole night of being ridiculed by his friend for not playing Thavis, and he was just wondering, should he have more of a competitive mindset and whatnot. And my whole thing was, my advice was like here's my thing. First off, fuck your friend. But that was my initial thought. I didn't actually say that, but that's what I would say in my mind. But my thing is, it's like, if your friend paid for your entry, and wanted you to top, expect you to top, sure, maybe he could have some say. He might have a right to an opinion, but he doesn't have a right to an opinion on that matter anyways. You paid your money, you play what the hell you want to play. Another context is that it's the end of the damn format. Format's over. At least for me personally, I think that, the G format's over. We have, unless they make more stride support for premium standard, and I doubt Bushiroad is going to be able to handle two formats, standard and premium standard, well, so to speak, because I don't think, and maybe they might throw a bone here and there at throwing strides in for premium standard, things like that. I don't know how they're going to do that, but as far as the foreseeable future is concerned, I feel like the format's over. Everything for right now is set in stone. Nubatamas are really just the best deck. No CL Geese is up there. Novas, Deleters, things like that. The decks, we already know what's up there. Dust is the best ZR. You can find ways to use Ultima and things of that nature. So right now, I feel like the format is definitely set in stone. Sub Neo, 2 formats would be great if there were enough people, but well, yeah, I mean, you can't honestly you can't have 2 formats where one format has everything, the next format has only 4 decks available to play with. So, but I'm just saying here, like, per his situation, as for a competitive, if he wants to be competitive, then yes, take Thalvis. But my thing is like, it's the locals. It's something that you go to at least once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. I don't know, but it's a $5 tournament you go to once a week. I don't know why, his friend cared. I don't know why I don't know why if anybody would put too much thought into it. Someone said that, I'm just like, well, fuck you. I'll play what I want to play. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. I paid for the tournament. It's my money. Why are you telling me what to do with my money? Are you concerned for me, or are you concerned for my performance in the tournament? If you recognize me as one of the better players in the area, I get it, sure, but then, listen to my reasoning as to why I decided to play this deck over this deck. Maybe I'm testing out something. Maybe I'm testing out competitive viability. Maybe I'm theory crafting. You don't know, but don't just come and ridicule me. Ask me a damn question before you get into shit. But when you switch your mindset to being competitive, there's a few things that go into it. First off, play testing with yourself, so to speak. Play a little solitaire, do some test hands, some practice hands, learn combos. Even though with Vanguard right now is extremely straightforward, like you just follow the text on the card and you're good to go. You just do it in sequential order. You never know. Sometimes you have here and there. What do you do first, second, whatever? Just practice your combos. Obviously, learn what other decks do. Play test against, the decks that you feel are the hardest matchup. Definitely play test against the decks that are universally recognized as, what's the meta? What are the top decks, in the game at that point, and you'll be good to go from there. That's just a great starting point. There's others. How many hours of play testing? I'm not going to get into all that BS. I don't need to get into all that BS. But so there's definitely things like that. That's how you switch to more of a competitive mindset, which would more or less be focusing more on the game, more on what the meta is looking like, how to beat matches. Go on YouTube, watch different matches, watch what people are doing. Look for their misplays. Look for what they could have done better that you think that you would have probably done. Imagine yourself in that type of situation. Things like that. If you're seriously getting competitive and seriously trying to participate in like a big tournament or something of that nature, get into the habit of doing things of that, of that sort. Not saying that, oh, this deck is cool, this combo is cool. Well, cool doesn't always mean win. Oh, this deck is funny. It kind of irks me when they say, oh, this combo is funny. This is like, okay, it's funny, but it doesn't fucking win. You can do it, and maybe you'll sneak a game or 3 off, some decks here and there, but it's not good. I don't feel like people should parade around with things like that. But do what the better play is. Practice your safe plays. Are you safe for calling out a card in one situation, knowing you don't have any defense for it, and hoping, risking your opponent either swinging their Vanguard at it, or do you want to not call it, keep it in your hand, and take more of a conservative approach? That's something that you have to do, and that's more or less geared toward how you're going to manage your game state, your situation. is making a decision like that. Do I want to go for more aggressive play? Do I want to go for more of a safe play? Do I want to go for, a play that where I'm not really trying to push heavy damage? I want to focus on reducing his resources. He does, look, your opponent doesn't have a lot of cards in their hand. They're not a deck that spits out monsters like that. But he has 2 rear guards that he's relying on for attacking, but he can't support them with any back row. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use some columns and knock out their rear guards, and then swing on their vanguard. If I hit a stand trigger, I'm gonna keep going after his rear guards. Bait your opponent into guarding their rear guards, and then keep going after them until they lose them. So not only did they lose a lot of shield value to protect something, but that's something that eventually died. And then you start going after guard after their vanguard, or are you going to go face? Keep going face, and force them to intercept or things like that. So there is definitely a lot that comes down to different decision making. A lot of it's easy. Obviously, the more you play, the easier it gets. It starts to get really flow charty. Really, I know what to do in this situation. But that's the type of stuff that you want to think about when you're switching to more of a mindset, rather than just playing it casually and then just taking everything as it comes. Playing a few turns ahead. Really thinking about what you want to do with your hand and things of that nature. It's not that hard, but that's what it is, more or less, switching to a competitive mindset. In my opinion, I think. There are some other things, but I can't think of them right now. Let me see some comments. Angie, I think she says Angie. She's like a black girl, Angie. Harmony will be also top in English. I think Bermuda will top in English, to be honest. I've heard some good things about the Bermuda Triangle stuff. The only thing is that I'm going by the historical records of Bermuda Triangle. They'll come out, they'll be relevant for like a month or two, whatever it is. As soon as the next set comes out, or people have just, labbed and figured out, play tested that stuff, then it fades away. Bermuda Triangle, to me, and I'm not discouraging anybody from playing Bermuda Triangle at all, but I feel like it's a momentary money drop. It's just that I'm going to just drop money on Bermuda Triangle. And the reason for why I say that is because you pick up and you buy the Bermuda Triangle. Some people are just, hoard SPs and shit. And it's like some people that hoard SPs and so like, oh, I got Mogito. Oh, I got the SP wedding thing, whatever it is. It's like, okay, that's great and all. Do you want a cookie? You want me to give you a present? Do you want me to acknowledge? Why do you want me to acknowledge that you have it and be jealous? I don't give a damn about your SP card, to be perfectly honest. I've told people that I don't care about it. You still lost. Your SP cards were still some trash. You still lost. Oh yeah, hold up. Let me turn my notifications off. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, how's that? So yeah. Can you hear me? Let me know if you hear me. I've had to tell people that. I was like, look, I don't care. I don't care about your high rarity cards. That doesn't mean shit. You still lost. You're still you still pitch a tent at the bottom tables of the tournament. And I just feel personally that it's just a money dump. Especially this clan is not going to be relevant in the upcoming month. You're gonna get 1 or 2 months to play it really sure, and it'll be considered top deck, blah blah blah. But then as the historical context of Bermuda Triangle, it fades away. They get support once a year. And it's not transcendent support, and that's what the issue was. It's not transcendent support. It's not support that carries them through a multitude of formats. It's a support that is like, here you go. It's good. We'll play it for about a month, 2 months, 2.5 on one occasion, and then fades off. You're eventually going to just switch to something else a month later, 2 months later. You know, you'll still have it in your back pocket, but it's probably not going to be part of your primary rotation unless that is your clan that you take ownership of, that you're, that you swear by. Basically, it's not that's just not going to happen. So that's what and that's what that is. I think that Angie is going to be nice. I think it's going to be cool for the time being, but I just don't think that it's going to be relevant. Once we start getting our standard stuff. Well, maybe, because Kagero's premium standard, Kagero and Royals are going to be really, really nice. But I think that Bermuda Triangles are going to fall a bit behind the times. But I think Kagero Royals are definitely going to be really nice come standard. A lot of this, I think the decks are probably going to change towards more of a non-GB build of Royals and Kagero. But that's neither here nor there. And I digress. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... my thing is like, I do like the idea that every clan is at least guaranteed to get support once a year. It's nice. Obviously, I'll say certain clans, depending on when they get support, are going to possibly have an advantage over, because you think about it. So this year, Royals, Kagero, OTT, Novas, Aquas, DI, all the clans that are going to be getting support this year to initially begin with, that's going to be great. So by September, we're going to have 14 clans who are supported for standard format, and then come. Whatever clans we get towards the rest of the year in December. So starting next year, they'll still be filling out clans, right? But the first set of clans that get their next wave of support are going to be most likely. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Will most likely have an advantage over what only gets their first set of support. Because we're going to be working, with limited card. I mean, that's the thing with starting over a game. Starting over the game, you have a limited card pool. So that's what's going to, happen initially, is that we're going to have a limited card pool. Yeah. Oh, so I got something to tell you, and you're gonna like it, I think. So my little brother, he yesterday we got the rest of the pieces for it. He built his own computer, his own desktop. Now apparently I'm not a computer guy. I don't know anything about it. I'm trying to learn more about it, but apparently, that joint's kind of powerful. So, what does that mean? Well, that means all right. A little bit just a little bit of story on what my brother intends to do with it. My brother is the fighting game pro of our family, so to speak. He plays Dragon. We both play fighting games. He's the one who goes to tournaments. He's definitely a lot better than me. But he's the one who goes to tournaments for fighting games, things like that. He plays Street Fighter. Like his main games are like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Even though I do play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Blaze Blue, things like that. A lot of the Arc System Works games and whatnot. And he also plays Tekken too. My main game is Tekken. That's where I ran. Now that's the game that I definitely can beat him in. So since he did build his computer, we're going, he's actually wants to be a Twitch. He actually wants to start streaming, fighting games and stuff on Twitch. Great, cool. Now, seeing that he is my brother, and whatever his is, what's his is mine, and what's mine is mine, since I'm the older brother, I'm also going to be using his computer to do, live streams either here or on Twitch myself. And and I will be able to actually bring you guys some Vanguard content with that, which is really cool because my laptop that I have here, Lenovo 9000, I'm not able to. I can't run OBS on my system. I can't run OBS and a game, or I can't even run OBS and Area on my system at the same time. Area will be fine, but OBS just won't work. Won't even start recording. I tried other things, it just won't really start. My computer is just not really for gaming, not powerful enough. Even my Star Wars KOTOR 2. KOTOR 2 is a fantastic game. That's a little bit on the laggier side than I would like to have it. So, since he's built his computers, I'm definitely going to be playing more Area. We're going to be doing some Area playtest sessions. Going to have people hop in. Hopefully people don't stream snipe. And so his computer's already built, so we're going to definitely start that soon. I'm also going to be bringing some Untap on there. Untap is what I use for Dragon Ball Super, for playtesting for Dragon Ball Super. I'll be playing against my brother, my other team members for Dragon Ball Super, maybe some randoms here and there as well. So it'll definitely help me bring some more Dragon Ball Super. I'll definitely be good to mix in some Dragon Ball Super content. Hopefully, because I'm going to be doing that content for our DBS channel, but I also want to bring some here so that, hopefully some of you guys will come over to our DBS channel and, subscribe to that. And, guys, hope you guys are going to be interested in Dragon Ball Super game, because that game is amazing. So yeah, there's that. But I'm also going to be playing games. I want to, after I graduate college, I'm graduating this May, next month, from the University of Maryland, Terps. And since I'm gonna have I'm getting a job obviously, but I'll have more free time, so I'm probably gonna be. I thought about picking up World of Warcraft again because I loved doing PvP and whatnot for World of Warcraft. I'll say I was pretty good. But I haven't played that since 2012, 2013, so to speak. And I started playing World of Warcraft when the game first came out. Me and one of my childhood friends. So I've been meaning to get back into it, especially with the new expansion, the Battle of Azeroth. So I'll be looking to bring content with that, and also fighting game content. So the point about my brother building a computer is that we're definitely going to have more content on the channel for things that I have not been able to do per my technological limitations and time. So there's that. Hope you're happy, damn it. Look here, my boy. See, Neo says, I swear though, if we see the sets after November starting to get repeat clans like Kagero, standard would be the same shit as before in some kind of... 100%. 100%. Hot shit. 100%. I don't want that. I got sick and tired of clans getting support set after set after set. It's like, you got 24 other clans that need to get some help. And here's the thing. You don't stop there. You ask for help for your clan, but they don't get, but let's look at Aqua Force. We get shafted in the Legion format. Whatever that was from Legion, just garbage. Just garbage what we got in Legion. Disrespectful. To a legendary clan, disrespectful. So, irrelevant Legion. Great, fine, whatever. I mean, you look at Dark Irregulars. Oh, their Legion stuff with promo. Stride happened. We got Trial Decks. Lamby Bambi. We're on top of the world. Lamby Bambi and Thavis, my homeboys, my main deck. We're on top of the world. Lambros was busted. I agree. Lambros was definitely a busted card during those times. Only had 8 cards in your G zone. No G Guardians. I can kill people. Once you hit 2 to 3 damage, you're in the kill zone. The game evolved. We got the clan booster. Got some blue wave support, which was really cool. Ripples were stupid. Ripples were able to pierce the loophole of non-GB decks. Then we get that because the Ripple stuff gets hit. Seabreeze comes out. G Guardians come out. G Guardians really hurt Lambros' turn. But Commander of the Incessant Waves gave us, Melania, some more resist force cards, so to speak. Commander Thavis, which was one of our best strides ever, so to speak. So we did get some decent stuff, but that was December. That was December of 2015. We got our support for Aqua Force in April. Then December. So 2 times support, good year. The following year, 2016, we got set 9. Set 9 was shit. And I don't even want to hear about, the stuff from what are those things that come out of 7? The collector's edition where everybody gets one thing, everybody gets a G Guardian, everybody gets this, whatever it is. I don't want to hear that. Because that's everybody gets a piece of the pie. Everybody gets some candy. So remember, we got support April, Trial Decks, set 2, and then Incessant Waves to help set 2 support. That was great. Fantastic. But it didn't last for a long time. It did not last. Because the game evolves. The game evolves. Everything evolves and grows. It moves towards the future. And as it moves towards the future, some things get stuck in the past. Well, no, Neo, that's what I'm saying. For Fire's Collection, that's the name, thank you. Everybody gets something, but some clans get garbage, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not trying to count that, because everybody gets something. And if it's trash, then you're shit out of luck, because sometimes that's all the support your clan was going to get. But we got support in set 9. I think that's when Loire and stuff came out. We got 1 card. Set 9. 1 card. He was a great card, but 1 card. We were stuck. And the whole thing about the keyword wave and stuff, wave shouldn't have been our keyword, to be honest. Or if it was our keyword, it should have done something different. Because that's the same shit that we've been doing since we came out. Since set 8. Since the original set 8. It's the same thing we've been doing. They just had decided to put a keyword to it. And what did that keyword... One, they didn't come out with any relevant or good cards. A lot of the stuff that comes in the Incessant Waves, things like Melania were good and blah, 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 blah. But we didn't get a Supersonic Sailor reprint. We got Malika reprints. Didn't get a Supersonic Sailor reprint. Nothing that great. But it was just, it's like we were stuck. You're stuck. You get one good card that will help a deck. Sure, the deck was solid. The deck was solid throughout multiple formats. It was not a trash. It's not a trash deck. It certainly wasn't among the top tier. It wasn't among the top 5. But it was just a solid deck to play. Get some wins here and there. Blah blah blah. But we wanted change. You look at Gear Chronicles. Up until they started forcing ZTBs down Gear Chronicle players' throat, you had the timely Gear Chronicles. That deck was cancerous in a way. Was cancerous at one point, and then got a little bit better, but still pretty busted. But that deck was transcendent through multiple formats because of how good it was. The support that they got. Even if they were just getting ZTBs here and there, the whole Mellum, TikTok, Urwater thing, combined with the different types of strides and whatnot they're getting, Next Age was still amazing card. All of that was transcendent through multiple formats. We had Lambros, we had Commander Thavis. We had, and we did get the new G-Guard, yeah. Commander, Thavis, and Wailing. Yes, our Stride deck was nice, but you think about it. Think about it. Oh, and our G-Guardians were shit too. But you think about it. Think about this. A lot of other things were getting defensive capabilities. You know, Kagura had Denial Griffin. Gear Chronicles had the Header Around Vainglory combo. You have things like that. They were getting defensive combos. Your Lambros turn wasn't really anything like that anymore. Even I was playtesting at the ARG. What was it? 2 Saturdays ago. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before this past Saturday. Played against Angel Feathers. I go into Lambros, my opponent's at 4 damage. I'm thinking I'm doing something. His he does Angel Feather rescue things with all the new support and whatnot. His Vanguard's sitting at a fucking 23k. I mean, this is from the new stuff. And then, you have more. He was sitting there with 4 G-Guards in hand. He was doing whole rescue checks and whatnot. I mean, it was ridiculous. But that's how it was. And that's how it felt. It just felt as if cards like Lambros, there was too much going on for my opponent defensively for my Lambros turn to affect the game in any shape, way, shape, form, fashion. And the wave support was garbage too. Yeah, and yes, I know we got our 1 G-Guardian, but our G-Guardians were shit too. And I think our G-Guardians are still trash in comparison to some other clans' G-Guardians. Our G-Guardians, yes, we got certain things are better now, like Galphilia and whatnot. But they're limited to the specific battle. Why are they limited to the amount of attacks my opponent declares? The opponent can game plan around your G-Guard, around your guard strategy. Wave is still garbage, but Wave shouldn't be garbage because it's the same shit we've been doing since the beginning of Aqua Force. It's the same thing. They just put a keyword on it. It's it. It's the same shit. But I digress. Because, my boy, because we waited 2 years to get support, and now, we got set 13. We finally got support that we needed to really change the game after that, after so long. But what happens as soon as we get set 13 support, or right before we get it? Chaos Breaker, Deleters, Messiah, they get some good-ass support in their set, which came out no more than 3 weeks before we got our stuff. But we're also in the same set with Kagero getting some good stuff too. Now, Aqua Force was amazing. Every time I played Aqua Force in our tournaments, I've been able to top with it. I'm not dissing any of it. But we just weren't able to grow the times, and that's with a lot of decks. You look at what's out now with set 14, Nubatamas. They beat you on your the first turn. As soon as they stride a Rene, it's like, what can I do? Chaos is still a bit of a 50-50 matchup because Thavas has a lot of resist. Gear Chronicles is just, just kind of shits on you, so to speak. Angel Feathers is a little bit too defensive. Genesis, they got 6 attacks in a damn turn. Nova Grapplers do exactly the same thing as Aqua Force does, but stronger. We got support, but it's not anything that lasts. And that's the whole point, what I'm trying to say, is that clans that get support multiple times, once a year, how good is that support going to be? How good is the support that's going to come out for that clan once a year going to, and we're just talking standard, how good is that support going to hold until the next time they get support? We get support on December 25th, Christmas. We got to wait till next Christmas to get support. Or close to next Christmas to get support. Can it hold for an entire year? Can it hold better than my PlayStation subscription? I don't know. Find out, but I don't know. And that's what the issue is. But it also pokes at a deeper issue. I'll get to some of the comments in a section, but it also pokes at a deeper issue. Clans. Simple. Clans are an issue. Why does Bushiroad have to give support based on what the fuck happens in the show? That's one of my biggest issues. Why can't they just give support to other things in sets outside of what happens in the show? Sure, you include certain things you do see in the show, but then there's things that you don't include in the show for other clans that they can get support. Yu-Gi-Oh does it. I mean, if Yu-Gi-Oh would have died a long time ago if they only went by the shit that you saw in the show. But no, Light Sworns, Glad Beasts, things like that. Arrow Mages, and Spirals and whatnot. They're not in the show, but you see them in the game, in the set. I mean, they have Mega 10s, Legendary Collection boxes. There's support floating around every month or so. You're always getting something. But we're restricted by clans. And being restricted by clans hurts the distribution of product. So that's what I'm going to say on that. This is some comments. The whole era was ridiculous. Yes, it was. They're attempting to fix power creep. You're right. You can't fix power creep with power creep. You just... And that is why I'm an advocate for a ban list. This is why I'm an advocate for a ban list. A ban list full of restrictions and other shit. Because if you hit and or limit the problem cards in the game, it would turn decks to more, you would have a more fair chance at winning. You wouldn't have a chance that wins 80% of it. And the thing is with Vanguard, yes, with Vanguard there is truth to the fact that you can pick up any deck. A freaking trial deck that you buy at the store or legend deck can beat a fully built no CL Geese deck, can fully be a Thavis deck, a Nova Grappler deck. Yes. With this game, that is true. You can do that. Not consistently, but you can do that. But when it comes to certain decks where their win rate is so high because not only are they popular, and that's going to happen, that's what a meta is how popular is basically, how popular is a deck. Some people put this on a tier list. It's like, well, this deck is really good, but every motherfucker's playing this deck because this deck uses less cards to get more value and better and higher results. It's less work for more. It's like, you're at work and the supervisors aren't doing anything. They're in the break room drinking coffee and tea and joking around. Everybody else is out front, sweating and stuff. And then when it's time to close the store, they walk out, all happy and stuff. They didn't do anything all day, and they still get a higher pay grade. They still have a higher pay grade than somebody who's putting in actual work. A ban list would help. A ban list would be great. Hit certain things that are a problem. Hit them fairly. Or do like what happened in Dragon Ball Super. What happened recently for us in Dragon Ball Super. Mecha Frieza was more or less a tier 0 leader. It was just it was just completely unfair, just allowing you to ramp and do things like that. What happens? They didn't ban Mecha Frieza. They errated his effect so that it was slower, but it could still be played. And it's now, instead of it being a defensive and offensive leader, so to speak, per its ability, I'm not going to go over it, per its ability, it's now just seen more as a defensive leader because its effect really only works on your opponent's turn. What's up, Anton? What's up, boy? Haven't seen you in a minute. Where the hell have you been, Anton? For everybody who don't know, Anton's my teammate, best Royal Paladin player in the DMV area, and I will stand by that until someone proves me otherwise. But Anton is my teammate. I'm glad that he is. This thing smells. It's a good smell, but it's strong as shit. Just go through the comments real quick. Shinover, yep, that's what I'm talking about. GB14, Renee is dumb. That's what it is. Alex, what's up? How you doing? We did get one of the worst keywords, even though I thought Brave was the worst keyword until Anton. Until you did, Anton. You made me see the light with Brave, and I still have a 12-card hand when I play Brave, and I know I'm not supposed to do that. I know it's unbeaten in decks. You just been shitting on everybody. Just going over some comments. Chaos Booster stuff was way too much. Yeah, I mean, I didn't build Chaos. I dropped Chaos. I have dropped Link Jokers officially. I had to. I'm not going to pay 1/3 of the rent from my mom's place to pick up the stuff for Chaos Breaker, and I have to add in another, a few bucks on top of that for some other things. Not doing it. Reshikrim, Chase, get out. Yeah, so, Anton, what would I ban at this point? Doesn't fucking matter. The format's over. Doesn't matter. if I would ban or hit anything, I would smack Rene down to 2 copies, but then that would, make that deck more or less irrelevant. I would errata his effect, in some fashion, but if I were to hit anything, then Rene would definitely be hit to 2. Chase, I'm going to hurt you. I know you're in there. Oh my gosh, why? See, I can't have nice things. I can't do a stream without people trolling. Why? Yeah, spend money on the Chaos deck, gets shit on. It's like, oh, great. Because, you're not guaranteed to win every game. And the way the format's going now, Rene can destroy Chaos. Chaos is a great deck, don't get me wrong. Oh my gosh. Chaos is a great deck, don't get me wrong. I'll take care of it. There we go. All good. Man, I'm not even letting nobody run the South, man. I haven't even been playing like that, to be perfectly honest. I've been doing schoolwork. I'm trying to graduate this semester, so that's what I've been doing, man. Things at Island have been... Yeah. Oh, thank you. And dark irregulars are strong, Black Steve. That is true. I'm gonna go on Facebook because I hate these niggas so much right now. Yeah, dark irregulars are strong too. Thank you, Shinova. Thank you. I appreciate it. I gotta deal with people. But yeah, let me see what else we got here. To be honest, actually, on Heritage, whatchamacallit, they spoiled the ending of G by releasing Heritage's effect. Think about that. They... I wish these would stop. They gave Heritage the ability to get an extra turn. And by getting an extra turn and knowing what Geese does before that, there's an ending to your show. Have fun. Have a card that gives you an extra attack, more or less so it beats a card that deals you damage based, on the number of Xerath Dragons, which is obviously going to be 5. And you can't get rid of the Xerath Dragons, so it's technically a win condition that takes a turn to set up. Um, Alex G. Yes, I do have plans. I'm playing Aqua Force. That's what I'm going to play during the V format, V era. I'm going to play Aqua Force. I'll play other people's decks, maybe, things like that, but I can wait for Aqua Force to come out. Totally wait till Aqua Force comes out. What's up, Blazer? What's up? Is that Damian Lillard as your profile picture, Blazer? Is that Damian Lillard? Dame time. That's my boy. I like Damian Lillard. I'm a Wizards fan, but I like what you're doing in Portland. And I don't think for some reason I don't think Maelstrom is actually going to get support. To be honest, because it looks like Leon's a kid in this, and he's going to be introduced a lot earlier than he would be. And so I just kind of feel like where he's probably going to be, and so this happens sometimes in stories when you rewrite stories, is that you rewrite stories and you could bring back some nostalgic characters, but they have different roles, so to speak. They have different decks, different roles, so to speak. So, I feel like little Leon, we're probably going to see a different version of a Tetra Drive or something, because remember, the Void is what corrupted him initially, and Maelstrom was, I guess, more or less a product of the Void. So I feel like with little Leon, with Kid Leon, we're going to be getting a different take on him, kind of like how Kyo is not playing Spike Brothers anymore, something like that. So when you do rewrite the story, we're going to see it in a different light from how it happened in the original show. And so I feel like I don't think Maelstrom is going to be the impact, but unless he switches to Maelstrom and he gets corrupted sometime later on down the road, I think he's going to be originally introduced. Why do people get him? Originally introduced with something else. I mean, yeah, it just seems like, but the whole Maelstrom thing was like a lot of things with Maelstrom happens around destruction and things like that. And I could be wrong, but watching the show, when Leon rode Tetra or Ravon or something like that, or Ravon or Tetra, that was kind of like his true vanguard. So I could be wrong, but I feel as if we're going to get we might get a different leader. Now, if we do get Maelstrom, I hope that Maelstrom is going to be written in a different light and be a little bit better than how he was in Set 8, have a different impact. Hi, Steve. Tetra Boil, yeah. Tetra Boil gets some support in the new series. I like the whole Tetra thing. It's just that the way they did Blue Waves was trash. They turned the coolest character, Valeos, into the ugliest motherfucker character, Gize-sama. 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 And he was like, Gize-sama. I mean, I was just like, why do they gotta turn him into being ugly? Like, it's like, Gize-sama. I just don't get why he did that. Hi, Angel, how are you? I just don't get why they did that to him, so to speak. But the deck was shit. You already know. Oh, Chase, you're ugly. The deck was trash. I wish it was better. I kind of wish they actually brought Leon back. No, Jared, you cannot. Those links at all. Yes, it was very bad writing. Why is everybody invading my stream? See, this is what happens. This is why I can't be friends with anybody. a cheesy 80s Castlevania villain. Hey, Castlevania was a good game. Castlevania was definitely a good game. G as a whole was definitely bad writing. I agree. Well, Alex G, think about when did Maelstrom get his support in set 13? It was the Maelstrom support, to be honest. Like, why did we get a break ride in the Clan Booster? Why did the support that we got for Maelstrom was 2 years too late, or 3 years too late? If Maelstrom was going to be this good of a break ride, we should have got him kind of then. Back when we got Maelstrom, or when we got the support in the incessant waves, if we were going to be getting Maelstrom support, it should have been conformed to the Stride era. It should not have been conformed to the past break right era, and only to be able to catch up now. And now the deck is a little bit too slow. So. No, why Steve never tells a lie. But no, yeah. But again, like Maelstrom, like if Maelstrom had like I thought Lordly Maelstrom was a good card. I thought the Stride. I think that's I don't know if that's a great third type. But I think that the Stride's name was good. I think that the other Strides they got, like the GR from the Fires collection, was super garbage. So there's that. I thought it was really bad, but now it's just too slow. It's a fun deck, and it's a deck that I would use to teach someone, but is nothing that I would take to a big tournament. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a fan favorite. It was, the Clan Booster. It's just. Fan favorites aren't always the good thing. Shut up, Chase! Ah, damn! Think I should invest in Zenki. I'm currently running 4x OG Samurai and 4 Ouroboros. What is Zenki? I'm not good with the Nubatama names. Let me see. Zenki. Demonic, Charles Dragon, Shiranui, Zenki. Yes! Yes, you should. This is the Strider? Yes. You should definitely invest in Zenki. I would invest in Zenki. Mostly just because it's like, honestly, whatchamacallit, honestly, Shinover, are you going to be playing in the tournament anytime? Oh, by the way, there is a tournament for anyone that can make it to Pennsylvania, alternate universes. We are having a 3 versus 3 Dynasty Cup tournament up there. I will be playing in that tournament. It's this Saturday, April 14th. So I will be playing in that tournament. If you guys can make it up to, down to, or to alternate universes in Pennsylvania, hope to see you there. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, I would like to see Maelstrom, so to speak. I just feel like they could write it differently as a first boss. Yes, it's going to be nostalgic and everything, but, you know, sometimes I don't want to be nostalgic. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want it to be new, fresh, good, not nostalgic. You know. What's up, Tony? Tony Wong, what are your thoughts on the car design for Standard? Oh, the car design, whoever they hired, who your overprivileged mouth, whoever is doing the art for Standard, I think they're doing a good job. I do. I like the style of art that they are doing for Standard, at least from what we've seen so far. I think it's pretty cool. It's about time for an updated art style. Not that I give too much about it, but you know. They changed. Well, I mean, because if we're going to get the Excel gift marker and get an extra spot, and I think I saw somewhere, I don't know if it was on official Bushi or something, but I think that Aqua Force is meant to use the Force gift marker. Oh, no. We use the Excel gift marker, but front triggers. That's what it's called. Front triggers. Yeah. I thought that's something that I read that we're going to say that we're going to use the front triggers, and I don't know if that's true or not, but you know. I mean, they're going to have to give him a completely new skill. I mean, Dragonic Overlord got somewhat of a new skill, but it's still the same thing. But, you know, we're probably going to have to get a different skill, a new skill. I don't know if we're going to return to the old style, because remember the old style of Aqua Force. Old style of Aqua Force was all about protecting yourself. Steve Parrish, Jared, Black Ace, you guys can attest to this. You know the days of when I only had one copy of Basil and one copy of Maelstrom. The day you have to... It was a self-protection method. So what we had in set 8 was a self-protection method. Was where we would poke with Basil. Basil was the first attack. Swing for 10k. Move him to the back row, move something up. Kind of like literally what Maelstrom's style is now. But it was better. But it's a little bit better now. But that was so good. The only problem with that was that the format was changing over towards things having 11k bases and 13k bases and cross rides. So Basil hit a lot less on certain people. But OTT was actually kind of popular in the area, so Basil was still getting his hits in. But that's what it was, and I don't know if we're gonna return to that style of play where we are poking, you know, poke, then Maelstrom, last attack, big attack, because they took out stand triggers. And that build really needed stand triggers, because it's like, okay, I'll take this hit. If I take this hit, it nullifies this attack, and then I have to worry about the Vanguard attack. But then after the Vanguard attack, you know, you hit a stand trigger, you stand Valeria, you stand Algos, whatnot. Valeria, if she hits, 4th battle or more, pops a card. Algos, if he hits 4th battle or more, draw cards. And so, you know, you had things like that. So that was the older style of how Maelstrom was being played. You know, Maelstrom's whole limit break, you hit, counterblast 1, retire 1, draw 1, you know, that was super Gucci then. But I don't know if we're going to return to that style, because that style used stand triggers. And we don't have stand triggers anymore. We have front triggers. And front triggers don't stand anything. So it could be just like how Aqua Force is now, where it's not so much the Vanguard is supposed to be doing anything. It's supposed to support the rear guards. Though the original style of Aqua Force was the rear guards set up the vanguard, and the vanguard is what led you through and pushed it. You know, after we do poke, 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 bam, big attack. Now it was kind of like, you know, poke here, big attack, rear guard attacks, much stronger. What, White Steve? Hold on. Oh, I don't hit triggers in the first place, Anton, so it doesn't matter to me. That's what I was saying. When stand triggers are gone, the column switch style was nice. I'm playing with Black Steve and David in the Dynasty Cup. Black Steve and David. But the stand trigger, yeah, I mean, with stand triggers being gone, it's going to change. It's definitely going to have to change the style. If we definitely can't go back to that other style, because that's when we made good usage of the stand triggers. We made some real good usage of them stand triggers, and I love me some stand triggers. Well, there are no Gear Chronicles in standard format, Age-Alt, so I don't think Howard is going to be the king of anything. Maybe he'll be the king of his imagination and hope that Gear Chronicle will get something. But until then, nah, bruh. Hey, what's up, Black Guy Senpai? How you doing, my nignog? I mean, I know Gears will get support, but Howard will not be the king until Gears get support. That's the thing. Howard is some trash, fight me. How you doing, my boy? I know it's too ugly. It's not my fault it's ugly. As you already know, I can't be ugly. As long as Jared and Black Steve exist, mostly Jared, as long as they exist, and JoJo, I can't be ugly. Oh, you're writing scripts. I don't script nothing, man. I don't script anything. Unless I'm doing it for school, then I script, but not right now. What I honestly think we're going to get for Aqua Force, like I said before, we're probably going to get something more Tetra related, or what I'm actually hoping we get, is a restanding Vanguard. Kairos gets a restanding Vanguard. I think we deserve to get a restanding Vanguard too, because we're supposed to be the legendary Aqua Force. You already know. Pow! So I think that we should be getting a restanding Vanguard. I did not say that. I did not say that, Black Steve. I did not say that. And I digress. Any new clans I want to try out in standard format? Yes, there is actually. I would not mind seeing the direction that Oracle Think Tank goes in. I'm really hoping that. Oh, and White Steve, we have to get Perry back into it as well. But I'm interested in seeing OTTs and how they're going to shape up to be. I'm really interested in. To be perfectly honest, I'm actually interested in Neonectars. I have a soft spot for plants. I love plant archetype things and games and whatnot. And I'm really interested in how Neonectar is going to play. I just don't like, how Neonectar is currently right now in a way. Even though I do have a soft spot for Asha, but I'm interested in how Neonectars are going to look coming up. I'm hoping they're pretty decent, really, I'm just looking forward to Aqua Force. I think Link Joker is supposed to be the leader, but and I don't like deleters at all. So, right, and interested in how Spike Brothers are going to be as well. You know, because I love my football stuff. Thank you, Savage Garden. I appreciate that, my little brother. I appreciate that. Oh, be quiet, Gall. Don't drink hose. I don't drink hose bathwater. If anything, the dude in the chat named Reshukrim, whose also name is Chase, he licks the dirt ring around the tub. Shut up, Chase. Sorry, I was just replying to a message. They're gonna have a new boss. Gears are definitely gonna have a new boss. They're probably gonna have a new player playing it, or they're gonna do kind of like what Yu-Gi-Oh does. The character in the clan is not going to appear in the anime, but by golly, let's give them support anyways. Oh my gosh, a revelation. You don't have to support everything that appears in the anime at that time. Royals did not need a restand. You have Blaster Blade, you have Alfred, you have Cyqualia, you have Aichi's, fairy-like protection. I mean, look, Musketeers are cool, dog. Musketeers are pretty cool. You know, they just got like do. You know, I thought Musketeers were pretty cool. Unfortunately, you know, here's the thing about it. Rewind. Here's the thing. JoJo is ugly. But here's the thing. With the restart happening, I think it is time to look at what you're playing now and be like, look, the game's restarting. And I'm not saying don't play Premium Standard. I'm not saying that. Play Premium Standard, yes. That's what you're going to be playing for the majority of the year anyways. Because we're only going to have a 4-deck format for Standard. But for Standard format, think of it as a time where this clan is getting support once a year. This is a time for me, I wanted to build X clan. The game is restarting, and so X Clan is going to get its first set of V support. Why don't I plan to pick up that clan when it gets its first set of V support? And I don't have to pick it up then. You don't have to pick it up on release. You can pick it up 3 months, 6 months down the line because it's going to get support once a year. So you'll pick it up 6 months. 6 months later, new support. Going by what they say. Think of it as a time to start over. Play clans that you didn't think you would play. Play clans that you might have been interested in, but you haven't played. I don't know how to make you a mod, Jared, but I should try. But I'm going to try. Now I actually saw a really interesting question. Where was it? All right, Jimmy Go. Are you going to do a Broly deck profile I got into DBZ and it's a good game to play. It allows me to take a break from Vanguard. Yes! Thank you! Sorry, no, not really. Yes. I will be doing a Broly deck profile. Now, the thing was that I wasn't sure about how to introduce Dragon Ball Z to the channel. Wasn't sure if I do a deck profile because some people won't know what's going on, you know, what these cards do, what I'm talking about in terms of like battle area, energy area, combo phase, combo area, leader, and whatnot. I didn't think people would know that, but yes, I can definitely do a I will be doing a Broly deck profile. I'll be doing a Broly deck profile on this channel, and I'll be doing another deck profile and more DBS content on my other channel, Kame Trap House. That's going to be, I'm going to definitely get that, you know, rolling and started up, you know, sooner rather than later. The game is really good. It's really fun. I encourage everybody, every person in the stream to play some Dragon Ball Super, baby. Ah! You already know. I just went Super Saiyan on you. But no, that's how you do it. Yes, I will be doing that. But again, I don't know how to... how I want to introduce... it wasn't ugly. I was charging. Okay? I wasn't exactly sure of how I want to introduce Dragon Ball Super content on a Vanguard channel, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, be quiet! It was not ugly! I was charging! You caught me in a moment! You're ugly! Yeah, and I see that you're right, Neo. They are reprinting Dogma, Overwhelm, and Picaro in the first extra booster. That's interesting. Now, here's the thing. Jared, you know I'm not black, I'm Caramelian. Like I said, it's going to be weird and hard for Bushiroad to support standard format and premium standard format. It's just going to be really, really weird to see that. I just don't know how... And the fact that they're... I mean, honestly, those cards needed reprints. Yes. Why reprint them now when G format's over? Maybe because those clans aren't getting played anymore. Maybe because they need... I mean, but it's like, yes, it feels like they're reprinting the cards just to reprint the cards, not to, like, oh, hey, you guys got an expensive card that the secondary market destroyed the price of. Well, you know what? We here at Bushiroad are going to reprint the card so that you, the player, can enjoy Tachikazes and certain aspects of Spike Brother outside of the GB8 engine and whatever other card it was, so that you can actually play the game the way you want to play it. We, Bushiroad, are a company that supports you, the players, and we listen to what you have to say, and we try our best to make sure our R&D team changes the game in a way that will produce a happy and fun environment for you to enjoy casually and competitively. But because we're Bushiroad, we focus more on casual play, and we're not going to reprint your card until it's too late. That is what I think. What's up, y'all? Yashimaru, Kenji, what's up, man? How you doing? Well, I hope I don't make you crash. That is the other thing. And I am not raging. I'm just saying that they reprinted the stuff for the tech booster like clans a little bit too early or late, so to speak. All right, yeah, I could do that. Making a different playlist for that. I could do that. Yep. Damn right, it is my channel. I do what I want. Royal support. I mean, I think that what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Aichi stuff. I don't know how. I don't know if they released the information on how many cards are going to be coming out in the first set of V. But I think that what we're going to see is we're just going to, I think what they could do, and this is just my hope, is that when you support these clans, now, listen carefully. When you support these clans, un año, once a year, make it last. Make the support last. If the support is good, but the support for other clans evolves according to how the game is going, past where the first support comes out, then that's going in the wrong direction. You get support once a year, make it last a year. If I get support at Christmas, I want my support to be relevant until next Christmas. Or coming close to next Christmas. If we're talking about this whole year-long thing. And that's how they're going to do it. Make support that lasts. Don't make support that is going to only last for a short period of time. And it would be like, 6 months later, after getting my first Royal Paladin support, I got the trial deck, and then I got support from the set. Let's see. Oh, it was pretty good then. 6 months later, damn, I can barely win a game with my Royal Paladin deck. Why? Because this deck is so busted. Because this deck has newer things and different things that directly counter mine, and I have nothing to do with. Now, sure, that can come with the problem of having a smaller card pool, but it's like, hey, look, guys. Can we get support that lasts for a long time? You're right. Don't print super often, but it's like print enough so that people can get support. And print quality. Print stuff that makes people decide, well, this card will work. That would be like, man, if I had a side deck, I would put this card in a side deck, or I'd switch it out. And I wish we did get a side deck. But that's what it is. Hey, what's up? What's up, Spartan Trigger? What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Why have you stopped uploading YouTube videos? Please don't crash, Yashimaru. Please don't crash. Actually, if you do crash, it won't be my fault. Yep. No. See, and that's where we have to change it. I don't want a one-round format. I want a format where we have a best out of 3. This is supposed to be bringing interaction back to the game. I want a format where we have best of 3. Yeah. Okay. So just catching up with comments. I think there will be, look, Spartan. Yes, Derek, I'll be there this weekend. Spartan. I don't think there'll be a ban list. I don't. I think that it's too, I think that they're too casual, and they just don't care. They don't care. It's hard when you just look at a company. It's like, you don't care. You don't care. I don't care. Un momento. I don't care. I mean, premium is you can they cannot and should not have standard format regionals until all 24 clans have gotten at least one set of support for Series V. You need to have to support all 24, 25, whatever clans before you have a standard regional. And then that's when you're answering the problem of dual formats. Until then, everything needs to be premium standard. Mix it up. Like a giant mixing bowl. Mix it up. But you can't have that until you can't have that until I mean, well, they have both the fall. Okay, fine, well, screw them then. I mean, like, but I'm just saying that you shouldn't have that until every clan is supported. But if you're going to have two formats in the fall, I don't know how they're going to divvy it up between what day each is on. That's going to be, I don't know. All that I do know is that it shouldn't happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We can't tell a company no. But, you know. Four clans in each set. Each clan would get over 30 cards. So many people have been saying that each clan would get multiple boss cards. We've all been playing Vanguard, right? You can have multiple boss cards, but there will always be one that stands above the rest. You can have, it's like Tetra Drive, Transcore. Transcore is a grade 3, essentially a boss card, so to speak, but he didn't do anything until you rode the real boss card or another copy of himself over him. So I guess you wouldn't consider him really much of a boss card, but he was a grade 3. What I've noted, what my thing is with Vanguard, is that yes, probably when we get another Blaster Blade or something like that, you know, you can have Alfred and Blaster Blade as your two boss cards, but there's always, what I've noticed for Vanguard is that there's always one card you want to really ride, unless you have a different strategy in mind, like riding one card and then rewriting to another card, depending on your matchups or how, you know, you figure your strategy should go for how the game is. The deck have generally been built around one card, one boss card, your grade 3 card, the card that doesn't leave the board. And yes, like how Overlord stands above all the other Kagero bosses, yes. Overlord doesn't die, ain't gonna die. No matter any time other Kagero support comes out, other than Novel Vague. You're building it to support one boss. Yeah. Everybody's running 12 crits. Like I said, I think Outforce is going to use front triggers. I think we're going to use front triggers. I don't remember where I said it. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I just don't trust Bushi like I used to. I just don't trust Bushi with a lot of things. I don't trust him. Like, honestly, I really hope that they change their mindset. And it's like, look, people are dropping hundreds and some people are dropping thousands of dollars on the game, and they want to play at a bunch of different tournaments, win tournaments. I mean, here's one thing that I'm an advocate for. Where the hell are the tournaments for the DMV? We don't have any tournaments here. We have the Baltimore Convention Center, Richmond Convention Center, DC Convention Center, even the Philadelphia Convention Center, or whatever. Why is it that the only tournaments that, we go to is either all the way up in New York, all the way down south in Atlanta? Why? Why? I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to go to Atlanta. I want to have a tournament right here. Capital of the United States. DC. 10 minutes from my house. Well, the capital's not 10 minutes from my house, but DC is in a way. Baltimore. Right up 29. 95. Why can't we have any tournaments here? Why is it that we have to go to Ohio, New York, Atlanta, Texas, all these other places, but you can't have any? Okay, Anton, they're not that dangerous, okay? It's a bunch of people who have no lives playing cards. Come on. A DC, I mean, look, if they can have Otakon, Otacon, Supercon, Katakon, whatever con there is, then you can have it in DC. You can have it here. You can have it here. Well, that's because you didn't go to the hood in Chicago. They keep it away from the hood in Chicago. And I wish the anime did make new characters. I wish we got a whole new cast of characters if they're restarting with it. I think we should have just got new characters. I hate Aichi with a passion. Kai is a cool character, but I hate him with a passion. I'm happy to see Leon, but I would still prefer to have some new characters. Hoping for a different protagonist, a different story with the reboot and everything. I just, was hoping for something along those lines, but obviously that's not going to be the case. It is what it is with that. Midget Leon. Si, senor. Alex G, what state are you in? What state are you in? Because I know there's people that did that, but, And, Vanguard is a cult game. It's gum. Vanguard is a cult game. Butcheroad's marketing department does a terrible job of it. It's Easter egg gum. Coon. If they advertise Vanguard on TV, if Vanguard was in Target, Walmart, more often, I know it was found in some Walmarts, but the game could be more widespread. The game is not like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not like they're putting the dub of Vanguard on Disney XD or. Crap, I choked on gum. It's not like they're putting it on Disney XD, Cartoon Network, Disney, anything like that. They're not doing that. It's just, Crunchyroll anime. No, Clinton. No, I almost swallowed this gum thingy. Yeah, it's. I mean, if they own the rights to do it, they got license for season 1. But why not the other seasons? I mean, but that's what I'm talking about. Bushiroad needs to be aggressively pursuing things so that they could be able to do that. If not, then you won't see the game being being as widespread as it could be. Oh yeah, it's Bushiroad. Why do you expect them to do anything good? But that is why I play Dragon Ball Super. Maybe, you know what, you're right, Anton. Maybe with this reboot, we're going to see it on Disney XD Cartoon Network. We're going to be seeing it on these channels. ABC, not ABC Family. Definitely not ABC Family. But we're not going to see it anywhere unless maybe we'll see it during then, but not until then. You have to prove me wrong. Bushiroad needs to prove me wrong. I gotta stand up. Bushiroad needs to prove me wrong. If they don't prove me wrong, then it is what it is. Anton, you are as black as toast left in the toaster for too long. Don't fool these people. Hey, listen, there's some people who can't trust Bandai. I trust Bandai. I put my faith in Bandai Namco. I put my faith in them. The way that they're responding to players with the game, the way that we are getting treated by the company with regionals, with these promos, how interactive game. I mean, Dragon Ball Z's transcended, and Dragon Ball Z has a bigger market. There's actual locals I can go to play it. I mean, honestly, right now, Dragon Ball Super is just a better game. It's just a lot better game, and it's managed by a company. It's managed by a company that will promote competitive play. Right? Well, sure. I don't know Bandai's track record with their TCGs. I don't know their track record with. What I do know is that for what they're doing for Dragon Ball Super right now, it's way better than what they're doing for Vanguard, than what Bushiroad has done for Vanguard. It's more widespread. I've never seen any of the stores in our area come together. And I'm talking about, the stores down in Virginia, up in here in Maryland, whatnot. I've never seen all of the stores and their owners, even though that idea was proposed to by a member of our team, Laszlo. I've never seen store owners actually get together to host a large invitational type tournament for anything. Not even for Yu-Gi-Oh! For Magic maybe, but for DBS, the store owners are getting together and hosting a 7-star invitational. You go to all 7 stores to compete in a tournament to get top 8, and if you get top 8, you get an invite to the basically the DMV's version of a national championship. I've never seen store owners themselves get together and do that. And that's for Dragon Ball Super. Not for Vanguard. For Vanguard, us for Dynasty Cup, we do that. And maybe, Team Absolution came up here once to do it. And, you have store owners, and some stores
will buy the ARG kit so they can run the ARG here. But that's about it. But I have never seen store owners work with each other to bring a tournament series for the community. Never. I mean, DMV versus Vongola, sure. Uno más. Uno más. One moment. Thank you, Jared, for getting this long plug. Like I said, I've never seen a store do that. The Vongola thing, the Vongola thing was between Dynasty Cup and Team Vongola. When when Andrew was in charge. But Andrews dropped the team. And so, we don't have that connection. I know a lot of the people in New York. Really? That's right, brother. Support President Trump. No, not really. No, he's an idiot. But yeah, that's what it is. So yeah. Well, I gotta get going. So unfortunately, I'm not going to preach in the join in the whole Trump Jesus conversation. But thank you guys for joining the live stream. Any questions, where to message me on social media. And yeah. I will be bringing DBS content to the channel soon. Definitely look for DBS content here. Check out the Comment Trap House. I'll be uploading content there. Probably not this week, but maybe next week. Jared, I'm going to hurt you. Alright? Only because you're ugly. Alright, Aqua Life, baby. You already know what it is. We're out, and you're ugly. Bye, Neo. Call me, Jared. Just call me.